Welcome back to DashKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Quant, whose current price stands at the $150.9 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.95%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart pattern that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Quant from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $41.2 mark, and after seeing that low we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this Elliot wave structure that Quant has been obeying to the upper side. After making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, seeing the formation of that wave 1 to the upper side. And after making the high for that first wave, we expected a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a second wave, which we expected to retrace between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. and if I use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that first wave to the high of that first wave, you can see that my target area lies between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies at around the $87.6 mark and the $76.6 mark. And Quant touched that target area and then saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3, which using the trend based Fibonacci we can get to see whether it has done the minimum that we expect a wave 3 to the upper side to do, connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of that first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of that second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $238.7 mark. And from the high that you have here on the charts, you can see there's a $10 difference between the high that you have here in the formation of a wave 3 at around the $228 mark and the high that you have sketched out using the trend based Fibonacci at around the $238 mark. And there are very high chances that the high was in at around the $228 mark, and whatever we have been seeing over here in this retracement over here is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4. And using the Fibonacci, we can get to sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that fourth wave using the trend based using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that second wave to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And that target area lies between the $174.6 mark and the $141.3 mark. And you can see that Quant has continued to respect that movement to the lower side, retracing back into this target area. And over here we have seen chart patterns that are supporting those movements to the lower side. At some point we had seen a trend line over here, and this trend line we had managed to break out of the above the trend line to the upper side. And as we try to have a retest of the upper side of that trend line, the retest was not a success and we continued pushing lower. And yesterday we managed to lose a key area of support at around the $154 mark, and after losing that key area of support we continued pushing lower, getting back to around the $147 mark. And over here, if we zoom in, you can see that our wave 4 is a corrective wave, and we also expect to see an ABC corrective movement play out over here. And I believe we are seeing such a structure, having this as the wave A, then a wave B making its peak at around the $195 mark. Then we have continued pushing lower, making our low for that wave C at around the $147 mark, and that gives me confidence that the low for that fourth wave might be in now, and there's a possibility of Quant giving us a very nice pump to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5. So very soon I'm expecting to see structures that will be giving us a bullish movement to the upper side, and also that high momentum to continue pushing higher. But here on the 4-hour chart we can also see that we are trading below the 20-day MA, meaning it's now acting as a resistance. And if I jump to the 1-hour chart for further analysis, Here on the 1 hour chart, you can also see that we had been trading within this channel, and this channel has been well respected, giving us more than 3 touch points, and at some point we had managed to break out of the channel to the upper side, but as we tried to have a retest, the retest was not a success, and we got back into the channel once more, finding support at around the $154 mark. Tried to have a bit of a bounce to the upper side, but the bounce was not a success, and we continued pushing lower, losing that key area of support. And now we have found support at around the $147 mark, and there's a possibility that that key area of support might give us the support that we need right now for us to have a nice bounce to the upper side of the channel once more. And in case we manage to break out of the channel to the upper side and even see a successful retest of the upper side of the channel, there's a possibility that Quant might be able to continue pushing higher and give us that 5th wave to the upper side. There's also a possibility that maybe we might lose that key area of support once more, get to the lower side of the channel, and that is by going back to around the $138 mark. And in case that plays out, that will have fully maximized this red target area that I have drawn out over here, basing it on the Fibonacci's as the minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that 4th wave. So let's be patient and see how that plays out here on the quantum chart. But for now, let's continue watching these key areas of resistance at around the $154 mark, and also the key area of support at around the $147 mark. If we lose that, then lower prices are coming our way, but if we manage to get back above the $154 mark, there's a possibility of us seeing a bit of a short-term bullish movement to the upper side. Also taking a look at the 4-hour indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the 4-hour RSI. On the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 32 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also any movement to the lower side will still be supported, but we don't have much room before we get into the oversold region. Also taking a look at the MACD, on the MACD you have printed a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.